The kingdom of Da'amat was an ancient kingdom in the Ethiopian Empire and Eritrea, located in the northern Tigray region. It is the oldest standing site in Ethiopia, dated to around 980 BC to 400 BC. There are still inscriptions that remain today that support the existence of this ancient kingdom that are written in the ancient Sabian script. Unfortunately, there has not been much archaeological work done around the Amat, so there is very little known about the ancient kingdom. As a result, it is not known whether the Amat ended as a civilization before Aksum's early stages, evolved into the Aksumite state, or was one of the smaller states united in the Aksumite kingdom. The most recent research, however, shows that Ge'ez, the ancient Semitic language spoken in northern Ethiopia and Eritrea in ancient times, is not derived from Sabian. There is evidence of Semitic speaking presence in Ethiopia and Eritrea at least as early as 2000 BC. According to Wikipedia, the Sabian people used an ancient Semitic tongue of their own, Sabian or Himyaritic. Each of these peoples had regional kingdoms in ancient Yemen, with the Minyans in Wadi al Jawf to the north, the Sabians on the southwestern tip, stretching from the highlands to the sea, the Katabanians to the east of them, and the Hadramites east of them. The Sabians, like the other Yemenite kingdoms of the same period, were involved in the extremely lucrative spice trade, especially frankincense and myrrh. They left behind many inscriptions in the monumental ancient South Arabian script or Musnad, as well as numerous documents in the related cursive Zabur script. Now, I will take a different approach to the topic. We know that Queen Saba or Queen Sheba had ports in Yemen and that her kingdom extended beyond modern-day Ethiopia into present-day Yemen, Saudi Arabia, and as far as India. Interestingly, there are different theories as to the origin of Queen Sheba. Many scholars and archaeologists debate whether the Sabians influenced the kingdom of Ethiopia or had a kingdom in Ethiopia. I will go as far as to say that the Sabians were Ethiopians, since Ethiopians like Queen Sheba ruled Ethiopia, Arabia, as far as India. According to Islam, Queen Sheba's name was Bilqis, and in Nigeria, they claim to have Queen Sheba's grave at Oke-Eri, a small village close to Ijebu Ode in the Ogun state. According to them, this is the land where Queen Sheba ruled when she landed in Nigeria. She is known to them as Her Majesty Bilkisu Sungbo. According to legend, she had mystical powers. Now, thousands of people go to Nigeria every year to visit Her Majesty Queen Bilkisu's grave and offer prayers there. Now, in Ethiopia's national epic, the Kebra or Glory of the Kings, it tells the story of Queen Makeda from Aksum, who traveled to Jerusalem to meet the famous Solomon. Makeda and her entourage stayed for several months, and Solomon became smitten with the beautiful Ethiopian queen. Now, let's clarify a few things. Queen Sheba and Bilqis are not the same person, although they both went to visit Solomon at the same time. Sheba visited Solomon accompanied by two other queens, so there were three queens in total. Bilqis and Sahoy were queens who represented Sheba and answered to her. One of those queens, Sahoy, was her relative, and she ruled a territory within Ethiopia. Queen Bilqis was born in northern Ethiopia and ruled in the land of Arabia, including Yemen, which was called Nagran at that time. They both ruled on behalf of Queen Sheba. Thus, the Arabs confused Bilqis with the actual Queen of Sheba, who she was a subordinate to. Both queens accompanied Queen Sheba to visit Solomon in Jerusalem and became his wives along with Queen Sheba. And that is also another story that I won't get into here. Now Sheba gave birth to Menelik, otherwise known as Ibn al-Hakim, meaning the son of the wise, the son of the wise man, and Sahoy, her relative and subordinate queen, gave birth to Zagaya, which probably meant my relative. Now Queen Sheba ascended the throne by killing an Ethiopian emperor called Asyael, while taking revenge for him murdering her parents. Due to her royal background, she was crowned empress and inherited the empire he ruled that covered Africa, Arabia, and Asia. However, she felt terrible for killing Emperor Asyael because he was an extremely great man who had conquered many lands. God then revealed to her in a vision that all the events that played out was because Asyael had prayed to God for rest when he was 470 years old, which is what led to him executing her parents and the resulting revenge that she took. That is also another story that I won't get into here. Now, Queen Sheba was allowed to take the throne on the conditions that she remain a virgin to avoid a husband using his status to abuse the Ethiopian people. When she became the wife of Solomon, she told him her predicament, and that is when he composed the Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5 and 6, which is metaphorically speaking on her background and problem. According to Dr. Fikre Tolosa, Solomon wrote about her blackness first, putting himself in her shoes and likening her to a dark tent that was made of dark sheepskins and to his own curtains. He says, I am black but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon. Look not upon me, because I am black, because the sun has looked upon me. Then Solomon spoke of the loss of her virginity, likening her virginity to a vineyard she did not keep, though her relatives, the Ethiopians, had trusted she would. My mother's children were angry with me. They made me the keeper of the vineyards, but mine own vineyard have I not kept.
መኃልየ እናንተ የኢየሩሳሌም ቆነጃጅት ሆይ እኔ ጥቁር ነኝ፣ ነገር ግን ውብ ነኝ፣ እንደ ቄዳር ድንኳኖች እንደ ሰሎሞንም መጋረጃዎች። ፀሐይ መልኬን አክስሎታልና ጥቁር ስለሆንሁ አትዩኝ። የእናቴ ልጆች ተጣሉኝ፣ የወይን ቦታዎችንም ጠባቂ አደረጉኝ፣ ነገር ግን የኔን ወይን ቦታ አልጠበቅሁም። My mother's children were angry with me. They made me the keeper of vineyards, but my own vineyard have I not kept. የእናቴ ልጆች ተጣሉኝ፣ የወይን ቦታዎችንም ጠባቂ አደረጉኝ፣ ነገር ግን የኔን ወይን ቦታ አልጠበቅሁም። My mother's children were angry with me. They made me the keeper of vineyards. But my own vineyard have I not kept. የናቴ ልጆች ተጣሉኝ፣ የወይን ቦታዎችንም ጠባቂ አደረጉኝ። ነገር ግን የኔን ወይን ቦታ አልጠበቅሁም። My mother's children were angry with me. They made me the keeper of vineyards. But my own vineyard have I not kept.